guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're back here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, and I have one of those vehicles that right now people are dying to get their hands on. This is it. This is the all-new Bronco Raptor. But before we get into this off-road Ford performance machine, let's talk about what's going on here. The Bronco. Boy, oh boy, has it been a sales hit. And to be honest with you, Ford can't build them fast enough. Now, the Bronco's been around since 1966, but boy, oh boy, has there never been a Bronco quite like this Bronco Raptor. Ford, thinking outside the box, taking two animals' names and morphing them together, the Bronco and the mighty Raptor. So what we're gonna find is not only performance that's been beefed up underneath the hood, but of course, tires, off-road suspension, and everything else that makes this the supreme leader when it comes to that massive off-road market. But what I want to find out is the Bronco Raptor truly better than the Jeeps and their Wrangler competition, or are you going to stick with the Blue Oval? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this basic new SUV and find out, is it the best one to buy? Let's find out. Right off the bat, the color. This is probably gotta be one of the two most popular colors on any Bronco. It's called Area 51. The other popular color is called Cactus Gray. If it was up to me, out of the two choices, I prefer Area 51, but let's see what we got going on here. So when you go Bronco Raptor, of course you're gonna get these enlarged, ginormous extra fender flares, even larger than what's on Lori's Bronco Wildtrak. And what's great is just like the standard Bronco, you could actually remove these. So if you're going to some extreme faraway land, maybe you're in Area 51 trying to find the aliens and you're gonna take them back to Mars, these fenders come off to really give you that full outward off-road capability without having to rip these off on a rock, on a Martian rock or something like that. Now, as we come across the front, one thing that's unique to the Bronco Raptor are the daytime running lamps. The daytime running lamps are actually the same as the turn signal. They're bright orange. So when you see one of these coming down the road, that's immediately, if you don't notice the fender flare, if you don't notice the extra bulge in the hood, that's one way to tell that this is a Bronco Raptor, is because of the bright orange daytime running lamps. Now, as we continue in front of the Bronco Raptor, of course, because of the extra width, we have to have our auxiliary gauges, our auxiliary lights. Obviously, inside we got a lot of auxiliary gauges, but those will illuminate amber color. You got your forward-facing camera, which is numero uno when it comes to off-roading. You want to be able to see what's out in front of you before you get there. And then, of course, you're going to get that modular steel bumper with the Raptor LED fog lamps. Love the way they have those nestled in there. And then working our way down, one big difference between this and, say, the Wildtrak is that all of this protection, this skid plate protection, is painted silver in the middle for the Raptor. So, of course, you got your locations for your tow hooks. You could yank out all those lesser trucks, SUVs, and everything else. You got over 11 inches of ground clearance because there's a lift with the Fox live wire suspension. And then you got so much skid plate protection, this thing is like an Abrams tank going down the road. But wide track, what is the track? The track is the distance between the front wheels. So they actually widen the front wheels from one side to the other, and then obviously with that extra lift. Now, as we come back up onto the hood, most of it is gonna be standard Bronco, except for this bad boy right there. You get your muscle bulge, and you have functional heat extractors on both sides. Steven's gonna kind of swing around a little bit on the backside to show those heat extractors, show that Raptor badge. I like the way it's flat black, matches everything else going on up top. And then as we kind of back out, and I swing around this big wide fender, what do we got going on when it comes to wheels and tires? So you're gonna get these off-road spec wheels, nice 17-inch wheel, the gloss black, and then of course you're getting those mighty 37-inch BF Goodrich TA, those KO2 off-road tires These are the things that all the big teams use in the Baja 500, Baja 1000, and all the trophy truck race stuff. So you're getting the serious goods. I'm gonna have Steven kind of zoom in and show off the springs, the suspension, that upper control arm. You got that live wire Fox Racing suspension. What does that mean? That means that every nanosecond, the suspension is adjusting itself. And remember, the GOAT modes, go over any terrain modes, those have been specifically defined for the Bronco Raptor. I think one of my favorite parts, and this may sound silly, about this Bronco Raptor on the exterior is this right here. I absolutely love these unique fenders with your fender venting that is functional. So not only do you have heat extractors up top, we got the venting on the side. You are gonna have those exterior mounted mirrors, which what's great about the Bronco compared to say a Jeep Wrangler is you obviously could take off the doors, mirrors stay. You take off the doors on your Rubicon 392, you don't have side mirrors anymore. Just, it's about safety sometimes, right? Down below, you're gonna get these Bronco Raptor specific running boards. Love the look, and these also are detachable. And then what remains is your rock slider. So we're gonna have that frame protection as you're going off-road to protect the belly of this beast, not only underneath, but also that lower frame part. And then of course, with this being the Bronco Raptor, it comes standard with your hardtop. Another little fun tidbit is that if you want a two-door Bronco, you can't get a Raptor. Bronco Raptors only come 4 doors. That's a little bit of a bummer to me that I have to zonk. I wish you could get this in a 2-door. They just look killer. But still with the 4-door, you are getting that flexibility. Now, as we work towards our rear, here's where Steven could really show off that Fox live wire suspension. I love the bright orange from that famous brand. And that's the thing is that Ford has done the business over the years in off-road racing that they know what brands to go with. You go BF Goodrich for your tires. You go Fox Racing suspension to keep this thing supported. And then as we swing all the way around the back, you are gonna get unique to the Bronco Raptor LED taillights. We got our back blacked out kicking buck of a horse over here. Watch out, it's gonna kick you right in the head. Of course, we need that spare. And then as we drop our way down, you'll notice you have your full tow capability. We got our tow hooks, and you'll notice our exhaust exiting on the driver's side. Wait until you hear this. It actually has a Baja mode. And then look at that pumpkin there. That bright silver pumpkin, that's the differential cover with the Raptor R badge on it, specific to this beast. Obviously, with the 2-speed transfer case and everything else good. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and talk horsepower of this Bronco Raptor. All right, guys, we got that vented hood popped. Underneath the hood is a little bit of a flying spaghetti monster of tentacles everywhere. What you're gonna see, that's what an EcoBoost engine looks like. There's no engine cover. Let me know how you feel about that. Personally, I don't care. I know what all these hoses, pipes, and everything else. Obviously, you can see where your throttle body is, clear as day right there. But you're looking at that 3-liter twin turbo V6. That EcoBoost V6 pumps out 418 horsepower, 440 pound-feet of torque. Of course, it's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in this beast, 5.5 seconds, top speed 114 miles per hour. That is governed. And obviously with the off-road tires, you really don't want to go that much faster, to be honest with you. Quarter mile is going to fly by at 14.2 seconds at 98 miles an hour. The vehicle weighs 5,764 pounds. MPGs, you better plug your ears, and if you're really concerned about this, I'll show you a RAV4 Prime instead of this off-road beast. 15 in the city, 16 on the highway. So that's your MPGs, but you can tow 4,500 pounds with this off-road beast. But like I was saying, for me, I love seeing all the inner bits of this EcoBoost V6. Let me know how you feel about it. But while we go ahead, let's put this thing in the Baja mode, fire it up, and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're here inside this Bronco Raptor Performance Injected. And I know you're saying to yourself, Joe, I do want one of these. I actually passed on a Bronco Wild Track because I want to get one of these Bronco Raptors. I can't find one. How much is Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete asking for this one? So asking price, this one only has 201 miles. So you could pretty much say that that's still brand new, not even broken in. This one has an asking price of $107,000. Let's see what you're getting to the removable door panel. So clean, hard plastic is the name of the game. And I think that that is gonna help you keep it clean when you're going off-roading. Now you do have some soft touch up top around the door handle, which is nice. The good news is no gloss black, and you'll notice that on the Bronco Raptor, you'll see splashes of orange, like in that side cargo net. And it actually tells you where to lift to remove the door panel. And the great news, like I said, the mirrors stay where they're at. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, I like the way they brought this nice, like, flat silver finish with that Bronco badging in orange, the orange accents on the AC vents, on your oak crap handle. I like the stitching, really separates it from the rest of the Broncos in the herd. And then you get to the massive infotainment system, that 12-inch system, obviously Sync 4. You got your full navigation, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. I like the way you could pull up your off-road status and see how that that 4x4 system is working. Right now we're in rear-wheel drive setup. You could do your zone lighting, go through your Sirius XM and everything else all by the touch of a button, even pitch and roll, which is really nice. I'm gonna throw it into reverse. There's your backup camera, nice resolution, nice large 360 display. Put it back into park. And then of course, another thing you'll be able to do is pull up that forward-facing camera very easily as well. Now, working your way down, they do give you real buttons and knobs. There's that forward-facing camera button, real easy to get to, and that's what you get to see out the front. And then back down, you got your dual climate control, heated steering wheel, heated seats, no ventilated seats, wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A, so they got you connected. I love the way you got the Ford Performance badge with the VIN number there. And then you have some carbon fiber. And this is the real deal stuff. Real carbon fiber right by that old crap handle for your passenger. Carbon fiber on the shifter for that 10-speed automatic with the Bronco badge and the good old US of A, red, white, and blue, although it's silver. Orange stitching on the shift boot. You even have orange on the GOAT mode selector switch. And I'll show you more of this when you come to the business end. But remember, GOAT stands for go over any terrain. Easy to go from 2 high to 4 high to 4 automatic to 4 low. You got your 2 cup holders. We got an actual Raptor key fob, which is a nice touch. Remote start. You got your switch gear mounted inward. I do have to zonk this because the way that they mounted it in here, it reminds me of something from like a J.C. Whitney catalog. Power side mirrors. And then of course you're gonna have nice soft material with the stitching and the Raptor name on your armrest. Open this bad boy. We got our fool's gold holder. So what you do is when you race people, off-road style of course, and you beat them, make them feel like they're very special and give them a piece of fool's gold because they really were a fool to go up against this Bronco Raptor. And then you got enough room in there for about 16 Twinkies. So that's a win-win situation to me. Close it up. These seats, absolutely phenomenal. The leather, the Alcantara all the way down, great bolstering. Of course you have that adjustments for the passenger. I have electric adjustments for the driver. Headroom with the roof in place, plenty of headroom. Obviously, if this isn't enough room for you, say you're 10 feet tall, just ride without the roof in place because all the roof panels are removable. And I love the way Ford does their auxiliary switches up top. So what you could do is you could get a winch, you could get exterior lighting, one of those train horns, and you could just boom, 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 fire away. Ejection seat, ejecto seat, cuz boom, see ya. But why don't you come over to the business end? I got a Raptor carbon fiber steering wheel and magnesium paddles I want to introduce you to. Come on over. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have a nice Ford Performance sill plate to greet you. The one zonk is that there's no aluminum pedals. Would be nice to have some aluminum pedals in here. That's a big missed opportunity. There's my power seat controls, easy to get to. I'm sitting here, king of the castle, 6 feet tall. I got plenty of room to spare. I promised you a steering wheel. This is one killer steering wheel. Look at the perfect thickness, the notches, the 10 and 2 notches, the orange stitching, real carbon fiber with the Raptor name. I even love the way that they black out the Bronco on the steering wheel. You got your Raptor button, which when you hit that, I'll show you what it does on the dash when we get to that point. Around the backside, we do have those magnesium surfboard, snowboard style paddles to go up and down the 10-speed. And then we got that crazy, beautiful digital dash. Tons of information. You hit the R Raptor mode, that allows you to set up perfectly your own settings, or you could then go to the GOAT mode selector. Look at the graphics. I feel like I'm freaking playing Fast and the Furious video game style in Gran Turismo, because the graphics are just so gorgeous and they really show you all the settings. You could change the exhaust separately. There's that Baja mode. And yes, we know it's for off-road use only. And also the suspension you could change separately as well. Very, very smart to have so much usability and flexibility in one digital gauge display. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat and see if your passengers are gonna have enough room back there to puke as you're doing a Baja style on throttle with them. Let's go check it out. Guys, backseat time, and I guess this is the nice thing, is that Bronco Raptor only comes 4-door, but you get to share it with other people. And the great news is the seats, they're comfortable. You are sitting very upright, but I think you're gonna want that so you don't freaking break your back as your driver's taking you off-road. Backs of the seats have the leather, have a lot of nooks and crannies to hang certain objects. Plus, you have a good area here for those barf bags. The only bad news is it is a cargo net, but I get it because we are in an off-road vehicle. The back of the center console, you got your power window switches, and we got tons of connectivity, USB-C, USB-A, and a home power source. So they got you covered there. Obviously, these doors come off. You can hold on to the handles. Just make sure you use the puke bag. Don't puke on this beautiful interior, because look, they did just like the front seats, the Alcantara, the leather, even the nice headrest, plus the world's smallest cup rest. This is not an armrest. There's no place to rest your arm. 2 cup holders. I guess you gotta put your elbow in here. But that would really hurt, especially if you get it stuck in there. That's embarrassing. But anyways, let's get into that cargo area and see how much stuff we could haul in our Bronco Raptor. All right, guys, time to get in that cargo area. Just like the old Broncos, you swing the rear door out, you lift up the rear glass, and you're gonna be greeted to a ginormous, humongous amount of space. With the seats up, you're looking at 33 cubic feet of space. Obviously, you could fold the seats down. Easily go to Costco and get those barrels of mayonnaise in here, and you don't even have to lay down those 50-gallon drums of mayo and ketchup. You could just stand them upright. One of the nice touches is you get a convenient 12-volt, nicely placed in the back for when you're going camping, off-roading, and everything else. And then you'll also notice Ford doesn't mess around. They got some serious bracing at the back to stiffen everything up. But you know what? It's not just about the space that we have. It's not just about how killer this thing looks. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle in this Bronco Raptor. All right, guys, we left Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete. We are in this brand new Ford Bronco Raptor, Area 51. First of all, I love looking out the windshield and seeing that big bulge, the heat extractors, and it just is a really great vantage point in this Bronco Raptor. You feel the extra height from the suspension lift. And then, of course, you're going to hear a lot of wind and road noise because of all the removable panels. This vehicle is not about having a sound driving environment, like a quiet sound. You're getting a lot of sound, which I don't mind because that's what it is. But let's go ahead. I do have it in sport mode, and we are gonna go on throttle. On throttle, here we go. Wow, tell you, it's one of those things where, yes, obviously we've driven faster vehicles here on Rady's Rides, but it's incredible for such a large vehicle, a humongous vehicle, that accelerates this quick. I love the way you got that Baja mode, really allows that twin turbo V6 to sing out the exhaust. And the way that the gauges and instrumentation are, it's super clear. I am very jealous of this digital gauge cluster. I wish this was in Lori's Bronco, that Wild Track that we have. But other than that, suspension is great. And we all know that a lot of people are gonna daily drive these and drive them on the tarmac, the asphalt jungle, and the suspension is superb. I mean, the way that it just calculates within split seconds that compression and rebound damping really shows the work that's gone in to the suspension. But let's go on throttle again. From a slow roll, on throttle, that 10 speed drops down and we're off. Nice quick shifts on the brakes. And even though this isn't a corner carver, it still makes you feel confident even on the road. And I just love the sound. You really feel like you're in some Baja desert racer. Steering input is great. Great feedback coming to the steering wheel. And this steering wheel is just a thing of beauty. Not only does it feel very good to hold on to, but it also looks damn good as well. Nice downshifts. But the visibility is great in here. Seats are very supportive. I like the amount of bolstering that they have without being too over the top compared to your standard Bronco seat. Just one of those fun vehicles. It's fun in a different kind of way. It's not the same kind of fun as a GT500, but it's still within that same realm. And it makes sense because it's a Ford performance vehicle. On throttle, here we go. Nice. Even in rear-wheel drive mode, it gets the power down very effectively. Very effectively. I love the turning radius. This thing. I tell you, it's one of those vehicles that definitely I would not mind adding to my driveway, that's for sure. Brakes are great. You're definitely gonna make a lot of Jeep Wrangler owners very jealous of this thing. On throttle, here we go. Damn, that sound. On the brakes. Nice turning, look at that. You know, in the Baja 500 and Baja 1000, there are sections, especially at the start, where you are on asphalt. And this thing, even with the 37-inch tires, it's just crazy, man. It's just a crazy freaking vehicle. Glad that we live in a world where we can still enjoy this kind of stuff before they're all gone. But hopefully this has been a good overall review on the street. If you want to see pure off-road action in this Bronco Raptor, I'll leave the link to when we did the media drive out in the desert of Palm Springs. That was one heck of an on-throttle experience. But we're going to get back to Jaguar Land Rover and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one of those crazy kind of days here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg. I definitely got to thank Jeff and Miro and the rest of the crew getting us access to this brand new Bronco Raptor. Let me know what you think. Is this the best new performance SUV that you would buy? Is it better than the Wrangler? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to show some love to the man making it happen behind the lens, give Steven some love in that comment section. Thank you, Steven, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.